Greetings YouTube, welcome to Zero ED Newbie Rush. I'm Jim Kogan. We are back again, 4v4, and if you thought last week's lineup was good, this week's lineup probably just about tops that. It's a really good one. Worth noting, we've started the game paused. This screen looks a bit different because this is the latest rendition of the Newbie Rush observation and commentary mod, the NROC mod. This is version 0.9.3. Big thanks to Langbart for this latest version. You'll note we have some extra columns. We have this little pausey menu. It's pretty good. We're in a desert, so we get the blue fig trees again, so look out for that. Couple of things to note before we get on to the game. A bit of a call to action here. Zero AD Alpha 24 has been out for a little while now. I recently received quite a lot of games to broadcast to you guys, and I've now actually caught up. I'm actually now running out of games, so this is a bit of a call. If you've got any games you want submitted for the channel, absolutely now would be a good time to do it. I'm not sure what I've got for next week. So 4v4, 3v3 tend to go on the Sunday schedule. We missed a midweek last week because I didn't have a game, basically. I didn't really have time to do it, but I did not have a game, so say whatever. I would say 1v1s and 2v2s, excellent for the midweek show. 3v3s, 4v4s, perfect for the Sunday show. And the last time I asked, I got absolutely inundated, and it would be absolutely wicked if you guys could send me in some more of your replays, all Alpha 24, and usual sort of thing. If it's 1v1 or 2v2, if you could keep it to sort of 40 minutes or thereabouts or under, and 4v4s, maximum of an hour, unless it's the best game you've ever seen. That's the only kind of limits that I place on it, but if it's a good enough game, it will get broadcast. The details of where to send it will be all in the description of the video. I think there's a little reference to it at the end as well. So please, please, please do submit your replays to me. I would love to cover them, and I'm sure you'd like to see them broadcast live on Zero AD Newbie Rush. Right, that's the preamble out of the way. Just a last bit on the NROC mod. Things to look out for in this one. We now have this production counter here. So this will tell you how many units each of these players in their respective civilizations, which is now another new addition. You can actually see the civ, how many they've got queued up. So you can see we've paused it after 6 seconds on this one. That's how long it took me to rotate the map the right way around. So sorry, it's not the absolute start. So a couple of people have gone for 6, a couple of people have gone for 2. So this will tell us exactly what is in production in terms of numbers. I believe the NROC mod now accurately only counts what's in the field, so it's not counting units queued up. The prod category here is what is counting those, but this is the actual population out on the field regardless what's queued up. We have the usual food, wood, stone, metal, whatever. We're talking about a champions column, maybe even an alternative overlay that I can flip between. The NROC mod is only going to get better, and if people keep asking me, I keep passing it on to Langbart. Maybe he will produce a version for everybody that everybody can get hold of. Probably won't have the Newbie Rush branding. Right, that's waffling over with. Let's get on with the game. It's a 4v4 medium-sized map. It's a deserty biome. Now, medium, I believe, is smaller than... Is medium smaller than normal? I can't remember what the standards are now. I think medium is right in the middle, so it's the perfect size map for these 8 players. 4v4. Let's start the action and we'll introduce the teams and the players. Starting, here we go, in the north of the map, Team 1. In the blue here, it is Hamdi, good friend of the channel. I haven't covered one of Hamdi's games in quite a while. Hamdi playing as the Ghouls currently, well, during this match was rated 1408. I think Hamdi, very tidy player, probably deserves a bit higher rating, but loves his team games, so probably doesn't get much chance. So that's Hamdi in the blue, Ghouls, Team 1. Moving along to the orange player, Dakara. Again, a player I haven't covered for a little while. This is the first time possibly in Alpha 24. Great to see Dakara playing, so look looking forward to that. Dakara playing as the Britons. So we have two Celtic tribes, civs here in Team 1. Will that count against them? We shall see. Dakara rated at 1823 in that upper bracket of players, and definitely Team 1's big hitter on paper. Here in red, we have not invented here, sorry, I got to get that right. Not invented here, Ptolemy's. Rating of 1410, so another player in the 1400s. So on paper, a tidy player. I can't remember if I've covered Not Invented here. I'm sure I have, but I have a feeling that Not Invented here was quite a good player. Looking forward to seeing them. Moving along in the sort of pinky fuchsia, Cobra Kai, a very good friend of the channel. We covered Cobra Kai last week, and one of the interesting matchups in this game, we have Borg playing 2 weeks running on Newbie Rush. Not intentional, just so happened that two 4v4 games got submitted by two different people, and they both included Borg. But last week's game, Cobra Kai had a face-off with Borg. They are absolutely... This is where Borg is in this map. He's just down here. So we will see the resumption of that clash. Will this be Borg's revenge? Let's see. Cobra Kai playing as the Carthaginians. The Carthaginians initially got a bad rap in Alpha 24, but certain players have been championing them, and I've seen people adopting them more and more often. And Cobra Kai appears to have picked the Carthaginians, so this will be interesting. So that's Team 1. Cobra Kai rounds it out, rating 1319, painfully low for a player of that level. I think he just doesn't do enough 1v1 games, and it's not a fair reflection of Cobra Kai's ability, as we saw last week. Let's move on to Team 2. In the yellow, playing as the Iberians, we have BML 304. Not quite sure what I'm going to refer to. I'm bound to mess that up. BML 304 rated 1529, playing as the Iberians. Here in the yellow, know nothing about BML 304. Never ever heard of them, seen of them, don't know anything about them. But a decent rating in the 1500s, so one to look out for. Moving along in the light blue or cyan, also playing as the Iberians, we have... I can never say his name. I'm going to go Axio, that'll do. Maybe he'll write to me and actually tell me how to pronounce his name. Player we've covered quite a few times. No rating, because Axio doesn't do rated games. Axio is a decent player. Whether Axio is a great team player, maybe I've just had unfortunate replays when I've featured him. There's a bit of a curse on Axio. Lost a few games in a row on Newbie Rush. We'll see how Axio does. Axio in the light blue, Iberians. Right. Moving along in the green, playing as the Romans. Interesting choice. It is... See if I pronounce this right. Alaric, rated 1187. So on paper, perhaps the newbie of the team, of the game, maybe. Don't know anything about Alaric. We'll see how Alaric gets on. And finally, last but not least, in the purple, the not fuchsia purple, it is the one and only Borg playing as the Ghouls. So we have a Celtic Civ on this side as well. Borg looking for revenge, especially against the guy he's facing off directly opposite up here, which is Cobra Kai. We're getting a little bit of delay and lag on this, which is a bit weird. Hopefully that won't be a feature, but let's see how we go. I think we'll have a look at the flanks, so we know Borg and Cobra Kai are facing off against each other. On the other side, it is BML 304 facing off against Hamdi. Hamdi, very aggressive player on the flanks. So let's have a look and see how everybody is doing. Somebody's phased up already. Good grief. Is that? No, that's me looking at the teams. I thought that was the quickest I've ever seen Axio phase up, 4 minutes, but it's not. That's Team 2. And these colours do appear somewhere on there. They have to, apparently. But little bit off-putting that. We've had one kill already. Cobra Kai has killed something of Borg's. I don't know whether that was a scout or a excursion or something ran into the tower. Let's see how everybody's shaping up. By the time we are looking at them, Hamdi still producing female citizens at the moment. Population 35, bringing up the rear here, but 7 cavalry. keep an eye out for them. Are they hunting? They are hunting. They're not raiding, but they probably will be. So that's the reason Hamdi has fallen behind slightly on population. And naturally, it looks like Axio also got 7 calves. So 2 players who like their calf. The rest of Hamdi's army at the moment, hardly any infantry. It's all cavalry and female citizens, just the initial 4 infantry. So a cavalry-centric approach, without doubt, coming from Hamdi. And Hamdi's producing, was it 6 women from there? Has he got barracks down? He has. He's producing infantry there. So it's a dual approach. They're getting a bit close to BML 304's territory, but I don't know if there's anywhere else to hunt. It's certainly cleaning up the hunt right here. If BML 304 is not going to take it, then Hamdi certainly would. He's got more hunt over here, a little bit at the back, so he's somewhat spoilt. And more camels there. You could see why Hamdi went for hunting. Let's have a look at Dakara. Dakara, population of 59, leading things at the moment. No other excursions. I'm keeping an eye out. What's going on over there? That's just scouting. So Dakara playing as the Britons, the somewhat maligned Britons in Alpha 24. The slingers are not as effective, certainly not when you're facing an archer civ. Who will have archers? I don't think. Are Iberians? Have they got archers? Let's have a butchers. I can't really tell how often I play as the Iberian. I think we have an interesting situation here where they've avoided archers. This is intriguing. Okay, well that could be a great equalizer for both teams. This could be down to their micromanagement, and that could bring the Celtic civs back into it, basically. So, I would said that. Not invented here is Ptolemies. They've definitely got archers, so not completely archer free, but we'll see how this goes. Dakara still leading, population 75, incredible amount of infantry, 25, leading far and away, nobody close to phasing up just yet. But Dakara in production has got 10 units, so 5 being produced from the CC, that's women, 5 infantry coming out of the barracks. Great balance there. Let's have a look at not invented here. Ptolemies, so familiar structure of houses being put up, maybe a bit more orderly, not like it used to be in Alpha 23 when you could just splatter houses everywhere because they were free. They had no costs at all. There is a cost involved in Ptolemy houses in Alpha 24, and you're seeing much more conservative layouts now, and perhaps not quite the booming population from Ptolemy's players. Not invented here, population now of 73, so keeping pace, nobody is dropping off the pace. Axio possibly, but he has heavily gone in for Cav. And I'm just looking down here, they're still hunting, we've got to keep an eye out. It's going to be probably Axio who goes in for a raid first, so we're looking for these blue blobs to start fanning out throughout the map somewhere, and that will indicate that Axio is about to raid someone, so keep an eye there. But currently we are looking at not invented here, population now 76, 22 infantry. If you're wondering what this sub-column is, it's kind of the division between fighting troops and female citizens and others. I think that includes priests as well. So at the moment, you know, you do the maths, take away 22 infantry, and that's how many female citizens that, I suppose, had cavalry as well. That's how many female citizens that not invented here has got. Let's have a quick look at Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai could be in for a busy afternoon in terms of facing off against Borg. We'll see how they're shaping up. So Cobra Kai, population of 78. Producing 8 at the moment, 48 infantry. Not invented here is sending Cobra Kai wood. Let's have a quick look. Cobra Kai is somewhat light on the wood stakes, possibly. Doesn't look too bad. Population now of 80, 31 infantry, so not too bad at all. It's Borg who's churning out the infantry. We'll have a look at Borg next, seeing as he's facing off down here. Borg has ripped into the lead population-wise, 110. He must be due to phase up soon. No sign just yet, but that is impressive generation of infantry. There's 66 infantry, overall population of 114. Pretty incredible. Just still looking at Axio down here. Whole train of cavalry, 12 of them, still hunting. So lots of hunt to get through. I think once he's cleaned up this hunt, that will be the cue for Axio to go. Let's have a look down here at BML 304, doing a little bit of hunting himself. Has got... they're taking a long walk around there. Are they going back and forth from the CC? I don't quite understand that. Are they going back in to do farming? Is that women? No, it's infantry. They're going to do mining. There we are. It all is explained. There still does look like there's people walking back and forth. I'm surprised that BML 304 has allowed that. Here we have 9 minutes 20. We have a time stamp for this. Not invented here. Has phased up. There he is. Let's have a look at him. Population of 96 now. Falling behind in the infantry stakes at 32. Lowest infantry on the map at the moment, but the first person to phase up. So is there a plan here? I'm not sure. Let's see. Borg in the meantime, a population of 132, 84 infantry. Surely, what is Borg going to do? Is he just going to try and go over and steamroller Cobra Kai early? Cobra Kai looking somewhat vulnerable here. The base is open. There's not a lot of buildings between this border. Cobra Kai has phased up pretty early himself, 10 minutes and 2 seconds on a population of 105. That's reasonable. Alaric has as well. We've hardly looked at Alaric. Who hasn't phased up then? Dakara has not, Axio has not, Borg has not, and BML 304 hasn't either, nor has Hamdi. So how is this flank looking? They're being very civilized over this side. In fact, they're being very civilized everywhere. There's only that one altercation between Borg and Cobra Kai, and I believe that was, presumably that was, what civ is it? He's Ghoul, so it wasn't an attack dog. It would have probably been either a rogue infantryman or a cavalryman. I don't see Cobra Kai really. He's building defense towers over here. Having phased up. Nothing protecting the front of the base. Most of the population hiding behind it. Borg is definitely arming himself to the teeth over here. The infantry are coming forward. In terms of what's being produced at the moment, Dakara producing 28 units. That's pretty awesome. BML 304 has reached the town phase, as has Hamdi. I missed when that happened. Don't think it showed up. Lots of bartering at the market. It is Axio and Dakara, the only two who have not phased up. Dakara is sending Hamdi and Cobra Kai food. So maybe Dakara is acting as the engine room here. I'm not certain. We're waiting for an expansion. There is a first expansion. It's already happened. Not invented here. Has built a military colony halfway down between his territory and the center of the map, so giving him an extra arm of territory there, and hopefully supplementing Cobra Kai's defenses here. Speaking of which, Cobra Kai is putting palisade walls down, so trying to make any frontal attack from Borg here somewhat more difficult and ungainly. Interesting. I'm just looking over here. I am seeing the cavalry of Axio are on the move. Where are they going? Are they going to run into Hamdi? Where is Hamdi's cav at the moment? Hamdi is also on the move. Is he still hunting, or is he going to come in on... Well, we've got two things to look at typically. What could be interesting is we could see Hamdi coming in on BML 304 at the exact moment that... oh, we have more cavalry going on there. Not invented here has built up quite a cav himself, not as big as Axio's, but bigger than Hamdi's. What's going on? Axio's coming down here. Is this tactical? Is Axio sending his cav here to protect BML from Hamdi's cavalry? Hamdi's cavalry are down here raiding. Do they have any idea that Axio is here? They are trying to capture a house. It looks like they're going to manage it. BML 304 is not too bothered at this point, but out comes some infantry. One woman's gone charging in. Get away from my ass. And I think they've lost a horse. They haven't successfully managed to capture that house, and I think they're going to take some losses. So Hamdi has actually lost 2, not gained anything. Here comes Axio's cav, a little bit late, but BML 304 has seen them off already, and Hamdi probably licking his wounds a bit there. A couple of injured horses and 1 killed. 2 killed, in fact. So what can you say? Don't think that quite went the way that Hamdi was hoping. What is Axio going to do now? Is he just patrolling around? Is he looking for more hunt? Not sure. Interesting. Things very surely are about to reach ahead over here. We see Borg building palisade walls around his tower, and he's got a very strategically placed temple near his front line. And he could see, he'll be aware of what's going on over here. You could see pretty much, let's have a look, see what Borg can see from his perspective. You can see these fences. He knows that Cobra Kai is arming himself up. Has anybody got the full vision? Have they all got the full vision type upgrade? No, Cobra Kai hasn't. So in phase 1, you can pretty much see everything. Takara has. Not Invented here has, unsurprisingly, and Hamdi hasn't. So the guys on the flanks have not given themselves this gift of extreme vision, which is a bit unusual. How many cav units has Not Invented? 17. He's been churning out the camel archers. So what can you say about that? Oh, in the meantime, Cobra Kai has reached the city phase very quickly again, right on cue. Borg has sent some cav in to hassle him, and they are basically killing the workers trying to build these palisade walls. It looks like a small raid, but rapidly pulled back. How many cav has Borg managed to rustle out there? 16. I think I had no indication that we were going to see a huge cavalry battle, but we certainly are. Carthaginians have also got archers. I just saw one of Cobra Kai's archers being mercilessly slaughtered by these cavalry units of Borg. So, like I said, it is not the completely non-archer dominated game that we thought we were going to get. There are at least 2 civs with archers, but they're both on team 1, so this is interesting. Borg trying to do some damage over here. Will this vast array of cavalry from Not Invented here come in and basically subdue this? It doesn't look like it. It looks like Cobra Kai is able to fend them off himself. As we are seeing, Alaric has just phased up to phase 3. Everybody bar Axio and Not Invented here are in phase 3. And as predicted, in come Not Invented here's cavalry archers. They're facing off against Borg. Borg suddenly has the largest cavalry. He's produced 30. He must have been absolutely spamming out the cavalry. And they've certainly got Not Invented here on the run a bit. They are taking them past this tower. There's only 1 troop garrisoned in it. Axio has reached the city phase, so it's only Not Invented here who's currently coming under a bit of pressure. Quite a serious bit of pressure from Borg, who has not phased up. But Cobra Kai phased up first. Are we seeing siege workshops? We're seeing a fortress right at the back. Interesting place to put it. Borg now coming back to hassle Cobra Kai. No, I think he's withdrawing from that situation now. No, they're going back in again. You can... Oh, or are they... What are they doing? They're just gathering. They're gathering with menace. Any other confrontation going on? There has been, certainly. Look at this from Hamdi. We have siege weapons coming out. We're hearing deaths. I'm not quite sure where. Axio hasn't killed anybody. Borg has done a bit of killing but lost a few. Not Invented here has lost a few. Between these 2 guys, it looks like Hamdi's got 1 kill back in a little confrontation on the border. But where is he planning to go? And we're also seeing Takara mobilizing here. This is for an expansion, surely. Where is Takara going? Is Takara going in for an attack, actually? it looks like they're going for Alaric, who we've hardly had a chance to look at. Alaric has got 2 siege workshops there, both in danger possibly of being captured. Who's building the walls here? So Takara has he put a... How has Takara got so much territory? This is intriguing. What's Takara building here? So we're hearing stuff being demolished and quite bizarre sound effects. Takara seems to be able to build walls wherever he likes. That's intriguing. Yeah, he's certainly got... Are they just markers? I don't know what these structures are. These are palisade walls. He seems to be able to build them outside of his territory. That is Takara's territory there. I don't understand. I've never seen that. Somebody could explain that. How? What civs Takara? Britain's. He did not have a... There's nothing on the map indicating he's got a CC down out here. How is he able to build those? Interesting. I should have to find out, because I don't think I've ever seen that before. But Takara positioning himself quite dangerously between Axio and Alaric here, and building these phantom walls. How is that's going to annoy me now? It's probably some stupid reason I haven't thought of. We've got attack dogs as well. Awesome. Been waiting to feature attack dogs en masse in Newbie Rush for quite a while. Looks like there's a coordinated attack going on. Hamdi's going in with infantry. I expect the siege will follow. And in comes Takara coming in this way. So pretty much, other than the people who are building these walls here, which I still can't fathom as to why Takara is able to build walls right in the middle of the map. I find that amazing. Takara's coming in. He's going to struggle a bit here. I suppose he could stop BML's development into this patch. He's not going to get inside the city walls. And a very organised looking army here by BML 304. Waiting for Hamdi to make his move. Let's see how things are going over this side, because Borg is attacking with siege, cavalry and infantry. Currently being supported, Cobra Kai currently being supported by Not Invented here, who sent the Camel Archers back in again. Not Invented here, the only player not to have phased up. I find that quite curious as well. We have at the back, is that Hero Elephant? Yeah, we have Hannibal Barker or Hannibal Barca, depending on how you choose to pronounce it. I've had my pronunciation. I'm from Bristol. My pronunciation is going to be all over the place. It's that Hannibal Barker, isn't it? So there he is. He's not getting involved, but heroes are vulnerable in Alpha 24. Has Borg mistimed this? He's got 3 different civs about to try and hassle him. Hamdi is going in. Is he making any headway? I don't know if his siege has made any headway. Where are his rams? They're hanging back. And it looks like Takara is still harassing down here in the killing stakes. Takara, 38 kills. So this has been effective. We're getting the traditional 0 AD lag, unfortunately, but it's not too bad. It's not unmanageable. You can see where they're supposed to be going. Huge big off battle here. Populations are reaching pot max. I believe it's 200 pot max. Don't know if there's an overall world population limit in this, but it seems to be going. It's looking good for Hamdi here and for Takara. Takara running absolutely wild through the south of BML 304's base. He's had to withdraw and his army are fighting at the top. But this is where I think this wall is coming down. This is where Hamdi's going to make his move. There's going to be a confrontation here. How are things going for Borg? Borg has pretty much held his own here. He's got rams coming out. It's a bit of a stalemate. Are Axio and Alaric getting involved? Axio pooling his forces to the north of his base. Axio's building what looks like a fortress this time. We've got 4 rams, no, just 1 ram in there, 1 in there, and catapults coming out. Hasn't exactly stockpiled. He's been a bit slow, Alaric. Population of 190, saving a bit of capacity for siege. Hamdi is a bit low on population. but not as low as BML 304. BML 304 is in trouble. The walls are down. Hamdi is ripping through. I think that CC could be going. I think Dakara has finally been repelled from here. He's now hassling Axio. He's going around the back. He may not, he's not going to find easy targets for Axio, but he may find, if he keeps going, he will find multiple easy targets here on Alarak's base. Alarak is not seeing this coming, I don't think. Does Alaric have the vision of the overall vision? He doesn't. He's completely, he has, but he's completely in the dark as to the impending dog and cavalry related doom that is heading his way straight to the delicate parts of his base. There are openings. I think Alaric is gonna lose some of his civilians here and some of his soldiers that are mining. This is not good for him. It's difficult to know where to look. We look over here, we could see that BML 304's base has been destroyed. BML 304 down to a population of 113. And it's not looking good for him. Axio has come in to assist. So it's damage limitation. Can BML get his base back up? Dakara is currently socking it to Alaric. Dakara kills 75. Not top killer. Hamdi's the top killer. So 113 for Hamdi. But now Dakara's cavalry and I think all the attack dogs have been dispensed. So Dakara just causing a nuisance here, slowing down all of this development here. But this is very interesting as well. Cobra Kai and Not Invented here are fighting Borg back. Borg is having to retreat back to the extremities of his base. Got two fortresses. Is there any siege coming in? There are elephants coming in. I'm hearing catapults going off. Where's that to? Let's have a look. Alright, is trying to expand. That's an interesting place to put CC. I think that will probably claim this territory. There is now a territory line for Dakara. Maybe I just didn't see it before. Maybe that was... I don't know. I found that really strange. Dakara has got a base down here. It's a forward base, a place where he, a base of operations. But this CC has gone up, so the map looking like a patchwork quilt at the moment. Base back up for BML 304, population going back up. It's Hamdi who is somewhat low on population. I don't know whether he's been attacked while we were looking down there. It doesn't look like it. Hamdi still the top killer, although he has taken some heavy losses. Hamdi being sent stone to build another barracks, another 2 barracks, so he needs to build up his infantry pretty fast. Axio is hassling Dakara in the middle. You can't take a breath from this. I got a swig of water or I'm going to lose my voice here. We are 21 minutes in, and pretty much from the point we went to phase 2, somebody has been kicking somebody else's ass somewhere on the map. So interesting. Are they trying to rebuild these walls here? Yeah, they're trying to rebuild the Iberian walls. They're going for double walling on this side. I suspect Hamdi will probably come around this side next time and mess everything up for him. Hamdi's population back up to 127, which is less than BML 304. So Hamdi having more trouble in terms of rearming, although he is making cavalry. So wanting to get into the cavalry side of things as well. Interesting. There's gonna be a war here, isn't it? You'd have to say that Alaric and Dakara are gonna duke it out in the middle. Borg under a bit of pressure here. What's going on here? So this is Not Invented here, who has expanded all the way down and has now got a joint front here against Borg. Look at all this. Borg has managed to magic 30, 49, nearly 50 cavalry at somewhere. They're going to come in on Not Invented here. They're going to be supported by Alaric, but Alaric is also being hassled by Dakara. Keeping track of this, it's interesting. Cobra Kai has been relatively subdued. There's a lot of elephants here, a lot of infantry, but he's not made an aggressive move yet, not a seriously aggressive move. I'm just waiting for Cobra Kai to do that. He's played a shrewd game. He's held the line and kept most of his army relatively safe. Borg, I'm not sure if he knows where to attack first. Of course, Borg probably knows exactly where to attack first, but he is sort of flitting between scaring the hell out of Not Invented Here and then threatening to go back in on Cobra Kai. I think this may actually be it. Is he going to go in? No, he turns about again. It looks like they're patrolling. So it's interesting.
Yeah, see?
There are... Cobra Kai's got... he's got archers down here. He's got a contingent down here. So this is tricky. This is really tricky for Borg. His teammate right next to him, Alaric, perhaps not quite in the same league of aggressive play. So Borg is having to hold off these fronts. These are coming in for him. What's happening over here? There's a bit of a counter. Look at this. This is BML 304 striking back against Hamdi, who's still a little bit weakened after his early exploits. Population 156, still not the lowest. Axio's the lowest, but Axio is also getting involved here. It's hard to tell, really. Who would you say is winning? What are we, 23 minutes, 25 seconds in. This remains perhaps the most strategic key point because Borg is keeping 3 civs at hand here and at a distance. It's quite an effort. I think we're seeing some of the true Borg performance here. I think an individual player, a lesser individual player, may well have been steamrollered by the efforts of these 3. I don't know whether it's going to be enough. What he is going to need is support from Alaric. Alaric has taken quite a few losses, not been an effective killing machine. He's playing as Rome, who have been somewhat weakened in Alpha 24. Borg's still getting Siege out, still getting Cav out. His Cav numbers are down, those down to 27. You can hear them dying in masses. So I think they might possibly have Borg under wraps. If they got Borg under control, then it's just a question of maybe Hamdi and Dakara making a breakthrough on BML 304. BML 304 has recovered really well with help from Axio to get his numbers back up, to strengthen his area. It doesn't look like Hamdi's coming through there soon. Axio himself has played a fairly shrewd game. Lowest population at the moment. Has still got 48 calves somewhere. Where are they? I haven't got a clue where they are. Let's see if we can find out. Axio. Where is Axio's cavalry? Massive amounts of lag on this because of all the players in action. I'm not sure where Axio's cavalry are. They are somewhere within Axio's lines. Are they healing up in a temple somewhere? Difficult to say. There they are.
Yeah, see?
So most of them are there. There's the rest of them inside. So Axio, I don't know what he's waiting for, really. Perhaps he should be supporting Borg, I don't know. In the meantime, Alaric has gone in with lots of infantry. It is mostly skirmishers, veteran spearmen, handful of swordsmen, a few priests in there. He's got rams coming in, and this is a good move from Alaric. He's starting to put pressure on Not Invented Here. Will this open things up for Borg to be decisive? Borg himself has got a couple of rams going in. This force looks somewhat depleted. There is still quite a lot of Dakara in there, still quite a bit of Not Invented Here and Cobra Kai. So is this 3 teams keeping Borg at bay, or is this Borg keeping 3 opponents at bay? It's hard to tell. We are seeing infantry from Cobra Kai coming from the back of the base, just pooling here. So Borg's not going to get very far through there. There goes one of their key buildings. This is a fortress, isn't it? It's half destroyed already. I don't know whether it will be staying up. They're repairing it as we speak, but the rams are coming in now. There is a tower providing fire, and Borg is perhaps not getting much further than this area. Alaric has been repelled. He's got more infantry there. Takara's coming back in with more cav.
Yeah, see?
It's hard to see where a break is going to happen. So far, I've been probably more impressed with Team 1 in terms of their consistency, although as we speak about this, BML 304 has sent rams in. They are not going to make it to Hamdi's CC. Looks like Hamdi's got this, although having said that, Hamdi's ram has been destroyed. Are they going to get a run at the CC? There is cavalry there. They are cavalry swordsmen. These guys should not last long. Let's we sent them into the CC. Surprised he just doesn't send them straight out to start killing. I suppose it's because there's all this infantry piling in. It's all BML 304. That CC is coming down, isn't it? Rams, that ram has hardly been touched. That one, oh yeah, they're going. So I don't think he's going to get a... He's damaged the CC. It's only at 648 health, but that ram is still trashing it. They seem to be having trouble taking it down because they're being killed by the infantry. Hamdi's CC could be about to be destroyed. This is interesting. There it goes. So... BML 304 brought back from the brink with help from Axio. At the same time, there is an attack going on down here. Hamdi's done an attack on the side trying to get through these walls. Axio is in there trying to repel it. The rams back in. The walls never got quite completed, but these rams are not going to get through, whereas these rams already have, and Hamdi's in trouble. Hamdi is in a bit of bother here. He has still got quite a large army present, and he's still got a couple of siege engines, although that one is not going to live very long, I don't think. We'll have to have a look at how Borg is doing, and Cobra Kai and Not Invented Here have gone in on Borg. So Borg, for the first time, pushed back somewhat. Interesting. It doesn't look like they've made a dent in Borg's infrastructure here, but they have at least changed the narrative here. It's now Borg on the defensive a little bit, while Cobra Kai and Not Invented Here are taking time to occupy this area and put a bit of pressure on Borg. Alarak looks like he's come in again and retreated again. Has he been producing any more siege engines? He's not at the moment. Can't understand that. Hamdi's still fighting here. It looks like Axio has had to withdraw from proceedings, so Hamdi has probably got a clear run. But over here, BML 304, it's a stalemate between them, isn't it? Hamdi, has he got another base somewhere that we can't see? Doesn't look like it. Hamdi's lost his CC, but he has still got quite a lot of territory as a result of this fortress and the siege workshops. He's got siege engines queued up. BML 304 is running rampant on the base here. Dakara's coming in to assist. I think that will see off this infantry from BML 304. Meanwhile, Hamdi's still fighting, trying to get through these walls. There's more rams coming in. It's 2 from Hamdi and 3 from Hamdi, 2 from Dakara. Dakara piling in. So BML 304's base is in danger again. Hamdi's is already gone, and these guys are just trashing everything. Are they they're not taking over houses. Who are they fighting? It's interesting. Cobra Kai has suddenly shot up in the I thought he'd shot up in the kill stakes. No, he's been fighting a bit of a stalemate over here. They're still keeping Borg under wraps. So Hamdi has killed 336 people. He has lost 216. So biggest kills but highest losses. Who's got the population at the moment? Cobra Kai has the biggest population as well, so potentially the most dangerous force here. I don't tell a lie, Alarak has got that, but it's Cobra Kai who's got the biggest infantry. What's going on? Is this a sneaky flank attack? Gonna be a coordinated attack down the flanks? They're gonna be running into quite a lot of infantry here. Borg's cav is doing that sort of shuffle from side to side thing. Suddenly there's nobody here. There are small amounts of reserves. I'm hearing a catapult going off. Who's got that? 2 catapults. They are firing. Here it's Alaric attacking this fortress of Not Invented Here. But what is happening on this flank? In goes the cavalry of Not Invented Here down this wide flank. There aren't many soft targets down here. There's only 1 female citizen. But these are archers. Cobra Kai also also armed to the teeth with archers behind the palisade wall, and the pile of Borg's horses here, the bodies are piling up. This has been pretty brutal. 28 minutes 55 seconds in, and I think it's going to come to a brutal and bloody head fairly soon. We are seeing Axio going around the flank here as Hamdi's got somewhat bogged down at these walls. I thought they'd be in by now and on the CC, but it's an attritional, terrible battle they're fighting here. Axio's coming in through the back door, as it were. What became of the infantry of BML 305? Well, he's gone down to the lowest population, so I would say they've either retreated or they've been slaughtered around the remnants of Hamdi's base. Hamdi's still got a large force here bearing down on the second CC that BML 305 has had to build. Just looking over here, Borg seems to be repelling this attack on the flanks quite successfully. No ground being given at all. I hope we do get a proper conclusion to this. I imagine one team will crumble, and that will be it then. In the meantime, Takara is actually running through Alaric's base here with Cav. So you would have to say if there was a weak link, potentially it might have been Alaric. Alaric, lots of idle troops sitting around. What is Alaric focusing on? He's focusing on his front line, not paying any attention to what Takara's doing. Takara is killing small groups of troops down here, maybe trying to sneak around the back of Borg's base. Borg is still patrolling side to side with this huge group of cav and a mix of infantry. The elephants are still up there. What are they waiting for? These are the war elephants and camel archers, and they are just hidden out of sight. They're now going to come in on this side while Borg is heading this way. So this is fascinating. They're pulling Borg from one side to the other. Well, you'd have to say Alaric doesn't look under too much threat. He's destroyed the frontline buildings here. He's probably having to fall back a little now. A coordinated attack on Alaric by somebody, as Takara's still trying to chip away at his infrastructure. The second CC of BML 304 has gone down. He is in real trouble now. Population of 89. Axio is supporting again, but in smaller numbers. I think pretty much Hamdi's got the drop on this. Takara and Hamdi have worked in unison really well to take down BML 304. BML 304 got some success by breaking out and attacking Hamdi's base. Hamdi's pretty much decided that CCs are for wimps, and he's just going for it with what he's got. And he's been tremendously effective. 466 kills. Most of those have been BML 304's troops that he's been murdering. So, interesting. What else have we got? We have still got this this standoff in the middle. Alaric has pulled back a little bit. Borg still patrolling side to side, not able to make a decisive strike anywhere. The guys on the flank still hanging steady. More elephants coming in here. I think if enough elephants join this attack, maybe there will be enough to overwhelm Borg's base and come in this side. But is Borg aware there is a threat there? Let's have a look. Borg doesn't know about the elephants, but he must have seen evidence of them. Cobra Kai coming in wide on this flank, on this side, trying to hassle Borg over here. Borg fighting back as you would expect and doing very well, but Alaric seems to be... Nobody's going in on Alaric. Takara's given up hassling him. Takara's now hassling Borg at the very back of his base, so maybe that is the cue for this attack on the flank to actually happen. Not sure. We are 31 minutes in. Cobra Kai withdrawing a little bit. Not invented here, falling back. Alaric, bit of a stalemate here. He's trying to rebuild. He's trying to build a fortress near his front line. I don't know whether he'll be able to get that built. Over here, BML 304 is in massive trouble. Don't think he's going to come back from this. Population of 59. And Hamdi and Dakara are still harassing him. I wonder if that is the end for BML. If he falls, will Team 2 throw in the towel? Axio has produced 52 cavalry. Only Borg has got more cavalry. Dakara's got 50 odd, so it's cavalry battles in the middle. Dakara's spread here. No, here is most of Dakara's cav. So we're going to have a cav battle in the ruined wasteland of BML 304's base. BML 304's population holding steady, around about 57, now 56. Somebody died just as I was talking about it. Borg's kill-death ratio, 1.4, so keeping an eye on this all the time, but I think this is the major move. So on this flank, we have, let's see if we can get all of the units catalogued here. So in amongst that, we have 12 cavalry archers, 3 towered war elephants, 83 archers there. And at the back, we have another load of war elephants and Hannibal. So this is a big, significant push. This is Team 1's big push to take down the monster that is Borg. Borg at the moment, where is Borg fighting? Borg is fighting in the middle. So Borg has sent all of his horses to try and reinforce this position over here and hassle Dakara. He's left himself wide open. And this is the big attack. This is the push they've been waiting for. Is this a misstep by Borg? Has Borg got bored? I don't know. I'm surprised for somebody with such game awareness, unless he turns this around massively. I don't think he's going to get back to save his base. As we could see, Cobra Kai already captured the stables, so it's taking away Borg's ability to make more cavalry. Has Borg made a ginormous miscalculation? He is just basically doing a bit of a... Yeah, he's throwing his cav crazily at Hamdi's, well, the remnants of Hamdi's base. It's a free-for-all. I don't know if this is tactical or not. Borg is trying to bring troops back to... I know that getting mixed up here. It's Cobra Kai is in. These are a bit similar, these, aren't they? So there is a little bit of Borg in there somewhere, I'm sure. Or is that all Cobra Kai? Interesting. Borg's base is getting trashed. Borg must be aware of this. He's still sending his cavalry on these murderous runs, and Borg is killing people right, left, and centre. Cobra Kai is killing more people. His kill-death ratio every bit as dangerous as Borg's, and he is in Borg's base. Here goes Borg's CC. That is surely not going to stay up there. BML 304 showing great resilience. Still got a population of 50. It has not plummeted. He's not been wiped out. They've been fighting well. Axio and Borg are trying to tear Hamdi's base apart with cavalry. Hamdi is... well, he's still got a population of 141 now. You could say he's possibly in trouble. You could say that Not Invented Here is in a bit of bother. He's now being pelted by catapults from Alaric. But this is where it matters. This is Borg's base being absolutely overrun by elephants and archers. So combined attack from Not Invented Here and Cobra Kai. We saw it come in a long time ago. And they were seemingly waiting for Borg to maybe get bored. I don't know. Borg has sent rams in to try and damage Cobra Kai's base. 34 minutes in. Borg's population's down to 118. And I wouldn't fancy this position. Everything is being destroyed. So Borg's ability to repopulate and to reinforce has almost been destroyed. Borg's cavalry have been wiped out, so Borg's cavalry are no more. I think we are going to see an unprecedented thing. We're going to see Borg lose 2 weeks running on the channel. I'm almost certain of it. That would be incredible. Axio sent all his troops up the top, all his cav around here to try and hassle Dakara. I don't think Dakara gives a stuff about this. I think Dakara's too busy being involved at the business end of things. Team 1 are definitely winning this, and what can you say? Is Bull going to resign? We're waiting for resignations. BML 304 down to population of 40. He is pretty much finished as a fighting force. He has got a new CC up, but not able to rebuild anything like as quickly as he did the first time. Alaric's making a push for it, but he's been repelled again. His catapult's still firing at this fortress that refuses to die. Borg has, what has he got? He's got another CC here. So despite the destruction here, Borg has got a fallback area. He's got a plan. But are these guys just going to sweep across?
ESD?
I'm pretty sure we're still going to see Borg resign. In population of 106 for Borg, but tiny infantry, reduced cavalry. Not the capacity, not the force that he was earlier in the game. Borg has resigned, so Borg has had enough. 35 minutes, 53 seconds. Is that going to prompt anybody else to chuck in the towel? Team 1 have surely won this. I would expect Axio to say, okay, we can't turn this around from here. You've got one crippled player. Axio's got nothing. Yeah, BML 304 has resigned, so it's going. Is Axio gonna? Is he gonna chuck it in? Yeah, there goes Alaric. He's had enough, so it's all down to Axio, who I think has he gone. Yeah, Axio has resigned. That is the end. Wow. Okay. That was quite bizarre, actually. The writing was on the wall. The question I've got to ask myself really is, did Borg have to send all of his cavalry on that mission north? Could he have just held out? Did he want to avoid what was going to be a stalemate? I don't know. Let's have a look at the scores. What do you think of this? This much bigger and easier to read setup again, thanks to Langbar and the NROC mod. So, star player, top scorer. Well, Borg got 17,856. Can't get me words out. Top scored in the entire match, but Dakara ended up with 17,641. Very mobile army, was pretty much everywhere. Not Invented here provided elephants for that big push, and Cobra Kai provided infantry. Hamdi did a bit of everything on the far side, and everybody was kind of supported by Dakara. So really, really, really good teamwork from Team 1. You've got to say, there wasn't terrible teamwork from Team 2. BML 304 and Axio supported each other well, especially when BML was the victim of that early attack by Hamdi, which cost him his CC. They worked together well, rebuilt, and BML went ahead and actually hit back at Hamdi. But it was Team 1 who were the stronger. There was not a lot in that when you look at the scores. 55,153 at play at 51,787. Top killer. Let's have a look. Where is my kill death ratio? There it is. So kill death ratio, it went to Hamdic 101.25. So not a lot in it. Again, maybe Axio could have been a bit more lethal, but generally speaking, that's pretty impressive. Borg was really, really good until he wasn't. Then he decided to send the horses elsewhere. I don't understand that. Maybe with that Civ, he just didn't feel he could produce enough of anything to fight off what was at one point 3 attacking Civs. He again ended up next to the lowest rated player. Alaric was not a pushover, but nobody did go in on him and take him down. Maybe Borg thought sooner or later somebody was going to go in there, kill him, and that would be the balance of the game gone. I would have liked Borg to maybe held his ground and basically see off Cobra Kai and Not Invented here. It's difficult to say what else Borg could have done. The game could probably still be going on now if he just did what he was doing all the way through that game and holding that area. But what are you holding it for? He was not going to get the kind of support from Alaric that he probably needed. Axiom and BML 304 were being tied up basically by the combined attacks of Hamdi, the support from Dakara. Yeah, I think Team 1 thoroughly deserved that. It was a cracking game. There was a lot of action to cover. But ultimately, teamwork again made the dream work. So congratulations to Team 1. Player of the day. I think I'm going to give it to Dakara for being so versatile all over that map. Maybe it should go to Hamdi for his attacking prowess. Maybe it should go in joint to Not Invented Here in Cobra Kai. You could even make the argument that perhaps it should go to Borg for holding out as long as he did against 3 of those players, but I generally like to give it to somebody on the winning side. So for being solid, for being everywhere, I'm going to give it to Dakara. I thought he played a shrewd tactical game. He supported where he was needed. Sometimes it was not the glamorous job. Sometimes it was just the donkey work at the back. So well done, Dakara. I think that Dakara player of the match. So all that remains to say is congratulations to Team 1. Borg is on a losing streak on Newbie Rush. Team 2 twice, on the flanks twice, defeated twice, and Cobra Kai has got the drop on us. Cobra Kai got Borg's number. There's an interesting narrative we could make from that. Congratulations to Team 1. Cobra Kai submitted that game. It was just like Weird Jokes did last time. I think anybody who ever beats a player like Borg in a team match is probably going to send in a game. Poor Borg is going to get all of his defeats sent through. Much better performance overall by Borg this week, I thought. But you'd have to say teamwork absolutely made the difference. Huge congratulations to Team 1. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do leave a comment, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell icon to be notified of future episodes. If you'd like one of your matches featured on the show, see the video description of how you can submit your replays. And if you can't wait for the next episode, then why not check out these playlists in the end titles for more replays, commentary, and tutorials on 0AD Newbie Rush. I'll see you in the next video.